Elijah Curtis is a senior quarterback here at Canton McKinley who can make plays with both his arm and his legs. I suppose that's what separates him from the rest of the pack and is allowing him to lead the Bulldogs this year into a very tough Federal League conference. I came out here to McKinley to watch Curtis and see what makes him different. This is Behind the Athlete, brought to you by Canton Motors. I'm Jon Bozeka, and this is Elijah Curtis.
Well, I played quarterback since I was really young, 3 years old, so it's always just working those mechanics and just putting the ball where it needs to be.
He's always had a very accurate throwing arm. He's a kid, he has a strong arm and an accurate arm, and really it's just a matter of when he makes good decisions, he can put the ball where it's supposed to be, and that's something that, probably the most important thing a quarterback does is decision making. He was good at it last year. This year he's been darn near perfect with it.
Darn near perfect. That's high praise from his head coach, Dan Reardon. For Curtis, though, it starts with being a McKinley Bulldog.
It's an honor. My dad played, so he always passed that tradition on, and we always had conversations about playing for McKinley, and just always being out in the community and just hearing so much high praise is just an honor for me.
The Bulldogs have had a lot to figure out this year, but the Army commit in Curtis has been a good starting point for these pups.
The thing with that, we're a young football team. We're an inexperienced football team from a returning letterman and starter standpoint. We place 9 guys on offense, 10 on defense. So, the mainstay we have back is our quarterback. So if you have to pick one position you want to be veteran at, that would be it. And, again, a kid who has running ability, passing ability, leadership ability, academic ability, all those different roles. It is a luxury to have a guy like that.
That commitment to Army, going to West Point to play quarterback, it's such a big commitment in your life, and he's not the first McKinley quarterback to do it. There have been some in the past that have made that decision as well. Curtis explains why he chose Army.
My recruiting process just started pretty early, and with West Point, they were one of the first schools that reached out to me, and I developed a real close relationship with Tucker Wall, the assistant, and we always been close. But when I took my official visit up there, he really welcomed me with open arms, and I just felt like I was at home. So it was a good fit for me.
What's interesting about both Reardon and Curtis is that when asked about number 7's leadership style, they essentially said the same thing.
He leads by example, but when he needs to be verbal, he is.
I believe leading by example helps you more because you can't say something and not do it. So I always praise lead by example, and then the speaking will follow.
If you lead by example, it gives you credence when you do speak, and if you're one of the guys not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you don't have any standing when you speak. So you have to lead by example first, and he does that.
And lastly, here's something you might not know about Elijah.
I have 5 siblings, and they actually all graduated college, and I'm the last one, so I guess I have to graduate college now.
So you're the last sibling?
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
If his play on the field doesn't tell you enough, then maybe it's the fact that he's committed to Army to play football at the next level. Whatever it is, Curtis is a special athlete and a special quarterback for the McKinley Bulldogs. Again, this has been Behind the Athlete, brought to you by Canton Motors, and I'm Jon Bozeka.